So then I said to him, look, just bite down. It only hurts the first time round. Trust me, I've done it before. Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't see you all there. I was talking to my friend Betty Boop of the 1920s silent films. You know the ones. Boop, boop, be-doop, boop. Anyway, you haven't tuned in to listen to me talk to a resin statue. You've tuned in to talk about Drag Race. Hello boys and girls, welcome back to Camilla Towers, and we're here in my fabulous lounge with my not crimson, duck egg damask backdrop. Isn't it very nice, very posh? I wanted to speak to you all. Shall we do that again? Yeah, I think we'll do that again. Take two. Boys and girls, hello and welcome back to Camilla Towers, to my lounge, my front room, my parlour, morning room, sunroom, retiring room, whatever you want to call it, the living room, the sitting room, the lounge, whatever. We're here. Do you like the wallpaper? It's duck egg damask, very posh. Laura Ashley special, boys and girls. Laura Ashley. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Drag Race. Now, obviously, this is going out Friday, so it's not this week's episode just gone, but the week before's. Now, let me cast your memories back. Ginny Lemon walked out of Drag Race 2 weeks ago, and she'd had enough. She was done, finished, so she left. And at the end of that episode, RuPaul came on and announced that due to the coronavirus outbreak, filming had to stop in the workroom. So he sent all the queens home for 7 months. Fast forward, and we get back to the episode that's just gone, not this week's, the week before's. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We saw the return of the marvellous Joe Black. Yes, he was back, boys and girls, but only for a short while. The other drag queens voted him in. It was a toss-up between, no pun intended, between him, Sherry Valentine, and was it Tace or Estina Mandel? Estina Mandel, that's right. Must remember to get my queens right because I got it wrong in the last episode I did about Drag Race. But there we go. Me and names. So Joe Black was voted in. He was in. He was another contender. I thought, oh, how fabulous! Traditional cabaret drag is in with a chance of winning the crown this year. However, now, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this episode, sadly Joe's reign was cut very, very short as he was asked to sashay away again. So he was knocked out of the competition. So now it's down to the queens that were left before Ginny Lemon made her departure. So that was a shame, but it was a really good episode. I won't spoil any more by saying exactly what went on, but you have to see it. For the first time the first time that I've ever seen anyway, RuPaul proper lost her rag, and I mean good and proper. You'll have to tune in to find out exactly what I mean, but she was not a happy bunny, let me tell you. However, this week's not this week just gone, the one before, was a two 2-show episode, and it was the second episode which really intrigued me. So the second kind of accompaniment to the main show was kind of like a spin-off episode. It was called Queens in Lockdown, which I'm sure RuPaul stole from me, because I distinctly remember having this conversation on Twitter with a couple of other queens, and I said, wouldn't it be really fabulous if a program was made called Drag Queens in Lockdown, about, well, drag queens in lockdown? And lo and behold, what happened? RuPaul swooped in and pinched my idea. But because I'm a gracious lady, boys and girls, I will let her have that idea. Plus, she's probably got better lawyers than me, and most certainly deeper pockets, so I'll just let that one go. Anyway, it's very hot. Are you hot, Betty? Hot. So, Queens in Lockdown. RuPaul had sent the contestants home for 7 months to wait out the coronavirus, make sure everything went away, which it bloody well didn't, because we're still in another lockdown. And anyway, that's another video for another day, dears. So the cameras followed the queens in their home lives, and this is what really intrigued me and really interested me, is that you got to see the drag queens away from the workroom, away from the cameras, and they're in their own kind of private homes and their work lives. And obviously the queens that were working as performers had to stop, unfortunately, but there were 1 or 2 that had real jobs, who had to carry on working. Like Sherry Valentine is an NHS mental health nurse, so she went back into the hospital on the front lines doing her bit. Ahura works in a shoe shop, I believe. Girl's got to eat, hasn't she? And now let me get this right. It wasn't sister. It was the other one, Ellie Diamond. She went to work in a McDonald's drive-through. But you know, at the end of the day, times are very hard for not only drag queens, but for any stage performer. So yeah, they did what they had to do, and it took you. The cameras took you on that journey, that individual journey that they all went through, and I thought it was really fascinating. And I thought as well, wouldn't it be marvellous if that was to happen every season? So they had a kind of queens behind the camera type thing, you know, where they film like a little spin-off, not so much as a series, but maybe, you know, an episode or 2, where they see what goes on in the queen's private lives. I thought that would be quite a good addition to the series. So RuPaul, if you are listening to this, if you are watching this, and if you do decide to pinch that idea as well, I wouldn't mind a few quid royalties. Just saying, just putting it out there. But anyway, what did you think, boys and girls, of the episode that I was talking about, where Ru lost their shit, and the other episode, like the spin-off episode? What did you think of those two? Let me know in the comments section below. I should also point out to you, boys and girls, that RuPaul nor BBC Three or any of the producers of RuPaul's Drag Race have paid me to do any of this. So I'm doing all of this free. So there's no promotion involved in this. I'm not getting paid for it. It's just me, a batty old woman in my living room, rambling on to a camera. and to a resin statue of a 1920s cartoon. Sums up my life beautifully, doesn't it, really? Thanks for watching, boys and girls. You've been stars as always. Thank you to everybody who's followed me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram in the last couple of weeks. That is much appreciated. Keep your comments coming in on all the social media pages, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, obviously YouTube, so you can find me on all those places. But yeah, tune in, subscribe, like, share, turn on the bell notifications as well, so you'll be notified as to when the next episode goes live. So until then, stay safe, keep well, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye, dears. Shall we go and get a cup of tea? Gin and tonic, vodka tonic, whiskey. She's a whiskey girl. Betty's a whiskey.